What's up, freak bitches? I am Caleb Salvatore. This is Bread and Circuses. I've got my guests here, Ricky Hernandez. You know this motherfucker.
How's it going?
And then I got Sean Cowsert here.
Ladies and gentlemen, how you doing?
This is his debut on our show. Nick is not with us today. He had to go to El Paso with his wife because he is – no, I'm just fucking with you. Zach's laughing off camera. You can't see that. But so, as you all know, it is March 8th, so it's the beginning of Lent. Hopefully Catholic priests will give up molesting little boys for Lent this year, but I can't make any promises. Maybe we'll get one on the show.
I fucked up. I had fish yesterday as opposed to today.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I was supposed to eat fish on Friday or some shit. It's Friday, right?
You're not supposed to eat meat on Friday.
You're not supposed to eat meat. Are you Catholic?
I was raised Catholic, but I'm the fucking worst Catholic ever.
Well, that's I didn't.
The worst Catholics are the best Catholics.
Well, I didn't know it was. So Wednesday, I'm walking through the store and I see all these people with fucking black shit all over their head. I'm like, what is going on? Is it a bad makeup day? And I'm like, oh, it's Ash Wednesday. That's what's going on. So,
Holy
what you guys
shit.
been up to? How's it going? It's been.
Oh, fuck, man. I've just been working my ass off. I start training to be a utility lineman. Oh, that's right, kids. Don't go to fucking college. Go to trade school because you will make a lot more money. And you get to climb poles and play with electricity.
Bread and Circuses is not endorsed by any trade school. I just wanted to get that out there.
Yeah, no, I don't even know.
But if you're a trade school and you want to endorse us, we'll take that money.
That's true. We will take the money. I will pretty much take money from Satan at this point because we fund this thing by ourselves, and I am in crippling credit card debt because of it. No, I'm just kidding.
Shouldn't just take your credit card debt in such light. It's terrible.
I don't have any credit card debt. I'm
thank
fiscally
God.
responsible. I have $18,000 in student loans. If anyone wants
Holy
to pay
fuck.
that, donate to the GoFundMe.
18,000, really?
18,000. Yeah.
Holy
I have
shit.
a car. Some people have a house, so I'm lucky.
Yeah.
I've got a house.
You've got a well. You have an actual house, though.
Right, but
Yeah.
I've actually got a house, a really shitty house with student loan debt. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like in the Avenues, Council Bluffs, it's not quite North Omaha house, but it's in the Avenues and it floods a lot.
Isn't the motto of Council Bluffs $100 cars, black squirrels, and skanky girls? Or any truth to that?
I've never heard
I've been there. I've been outside of it and in it for 10 years now, and I know about the skanky girls, unfortunately, and I know about the $100 cars too. Both the same. I won't get into that here.
Black squirrels, though. I mean,
there are black squirrels. There are black squirrels and there are brown squirrels, and there are a shit ton of homeless. Hi, everybody that's homeless that maybe listen to this podcast.
They can't afford it.
No.
We don't want the poors listening to our show.
No, and well, I personally think we should be able to hunt the homeless, but that's.
That's the spirit of Lent right there.
Nick isn't here to pitch this idea to you guys, but me and him hashed this idea about a year ago. Once you turn 85, you get converted to fossil fuel. They put you through a machine, like a factory, and just become fossil fuel. So, I mean, you think about it, you can get the conservatives on with it because you're going to be cutting back on Social Security and Medicare spending. And then you also get the liberals on board with it because it's environmentally friendly. You're not drilling offshore. You're not getting fossil fuels. And you're just turning old people into fossil fuels.
Yeah, but
It's
the conservatives
biodiesel.
would
It's actually
lose half of their
environmentally friendly.
freaking-
It's yeah.
But here's another idea. Before you turn them into fossil fuel, you have them fight gladiator style.
And you could double down. You could double dip. You could make money. You charge people.
In a tournament, like a round robin.
Yeah.
Of course, winner takes all.
Yeah.
And whoever wins, and we make it unisex. It's fair. And at 85, everything's unisex. It ain't like a man's much stronger than a woman. And so you make it fair. And whoever wins that, they get part of that fuel and they get to live. And it'll keep them in better shape. It keeps them moving. It's gonna be like an elderly Hunger Games. It's beautiful.
Didn't they do the hunt the homeless thing and It's Always Sunny, like they hunted Rickety Cricket?
Yes. Manhunt. First blood. Yes.
Isn't that great though? In capitalism, capitalist society, we're so healthy, and the old people live so long, and the homeless, we're actually talking about hunting them. Whereas in communist countries like Venezuela, they have to hunt stray dogs just to eat. I mean,
Oh, dude, I watched a video of a troop in Venezuela. I think he was part of the army.
Yeah.
like eating a fucking dog.
Yeah.
Like they shot this dog and were eating it raw. They were not like waiting for it to be cooked.
That's disgusting.
I'm like,
There's
God damn.
It's sad.
Yeah, dude.
I mean,
Like, I'm all for social programs, but like going that fucking far with everything, that's taking it way too fucking far.
You know what's awesome?
What's that?
So I went to Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah.
And ordered a big giant steak.
Mhm.
And then I took it home and I ate part of it and then I gave it to my dog.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
irony
Yeah, I know,
of
right?
that is that, they have to eat dogs to survive.
And our dogs.
my dog literally ate part of dogs ate part of a porterhouse, like a big part. Yeah, and it was nice.
And it's fucking sad. Is like I'm like watching these videos of like what is it, Maduro, his troops like shooting these like aid caravans.
Yeah,
like just seizing the what is it? Is it aid coming from the U.S. or is it UN or
I don't know.
I did not go into that.
Well,
deep
I
into
could
it.
argue for shooting the UN too, but
Well, I mean, they're trying to help out. So
allegedly,
yeah, for sure.
they're trying to pump them full of mercury.
Right.
Do you guys remember a couple of years back these these anti-GMO people? I think it was Greenpeace. Convinced these like starving Africans that this golden rice was poison and it would kill them. So this golden rice was like bioengineered to have just an extreme amount of vitamin A. Yeah,
that's fucking evil.
Yeah, dude. So they said this rice was going to poison them. So these people are starving. Yeah. And like they're going blind because they have a vitamin A deficiency.
Oh god.
Yeah.
So like this golden rice was engineered to have excess amounts of vitamin A to help them out, so they wouldn't go fucking blind.
Right.
And you got these like don't get me wrong. I think we should save the whales, but Jesus fucking Christ, stick to saving the fucking whales.
Right. Not the fucking. Yeah. Exactly. So here's my thing with the whole I think if you don't vaccinate your kids, you're a fucking idiot, right? I'm going to get that out there right now. But I think this whole forced vaccination thing is bullshit. I think it's your choice. Maybe you shouldn't be able to send your kids to public school or whatever. You can make that argument. But I don't like the idea of the government making me put some shit into my kid, which hopefully I won't have for like 10 more years. But so did you hear about the kid that just happened to get tetanus? Or whatever.
The first case.
Yeah, it was like the first case in years, right when the media is trying to push this mandatory vaccine thing. I'm like, I wonder. I don't know. I'm calling bullshit on it. I don't
know, man. I think vaccines are a great fucking thing.
They are.
But like I get what they're coming at, like, oh, we don't want to give them all at once. But I mean, like I look around and like I don't really know anybody that's been vaccinated that's autistic. I know people that have watched so many fucking videos like that were linked on a Tumblr that have become autistic.
Yeah, exactly.
But other than that, I think Tumblr causes autism.
It might.
And they've changed the definition of autism.
The spectrum's way broader now.
Now all of a sudden they're like, there's been this massive increase in autism. Well, yeah, if every frittata under the sun, because I'm not going to use the R word.
Right.
I'll
go ahead and say it on this show.
Oh, so if every retard gets thrown in as autism, and it's like, it's not all, and it's all encompassing now. It would be like if every girl was considered a 10.
Ah, funny.
Yeah.
I've been to Council Bluffs. I know that's bullshit. More communist crap.
I think I'm going to start my own GoFundMe to build a border wall with Council Bluffs.
I agree. I'm not a fan of walls, but I'll fucking donate.
I think it's a wall that a lot of
just blow up the bridge.
Is it Council Bluffs separated by a river?
Yeah, just blow up the bridge.
Yeah,
man.
but
take the bridges out.
You can get over there.
Wait, I live in Crescent. I'm not part of this. I need access,
you
man.
have to come through plane.
Right. I don't want to swim across it. I don't own a boat.
So I don't want them coming over here on their fancy casino barges, bringing their methamphetamines and toothless women.
Navy? That's what the barges are. The Council Bluffs Navy.
The Council Bluffs Navy. Oh my god. I've only been inside those casinos like 2 or 3 times. It is nothing like they show in the movies. It is sad old people smoking cigarettes and like losing their life savings to a fucking machine. And it's pretty bad. I got drunk there one night, almost started a fight with an old man because he bumped into me. He bumped into me and he goes, "Watch where you're going, you piece of shit." And I turned around and go, "What the fuck did you just say about me, bitch?" And my friend pulls me away and I had to leave. But yeah, so I almost got in a fight with an old man at Ameristar. Yeah.
It's desperation at its finest. I've actually worked in one. I was a host at night part time.
Oh, dude, I did too. I worked at Ameristar for a little bit. This is bad. Like, I had a great time. I loved my coworkers. Even the management was decent. But like, you'd see these parents come in there, and this is nothing to do with the casinos whatsoever here. This is just like poor impulse control and like addiction at its finest.
Mm-hmm.
These people are coming in there. It's like 10 o'clock at night, and they're like letting their kids just like hang out in this fucking restaurant. So these kids are there like unattended. I think the oldest one is like
Council Bluffs.
12. Oh yeah,
shocker.
12 years old, watching like 3 or 4 other kids, and they're ordering drinks and milkshakes, stuff like that. The parents are paying the tab. So the thing is, like, you play for a certain amount of time there, like your meal will be comped up to a certain amount. So I mean, it's like free daycare. And we have to watch these kids.
The Council Bluffs daycare.
Oh, yeah. Well, they have a daycare in the casino, too.
The one good thing about casinos, though, is when you know somebody who owes a bunch of people money, you can go out and tell everyone you saw them there. Right. Start a bunch of shit. Oh. Yeah, I saw him pull up in the limo. Big old Flavor Flav clock on.
Well, I worked in one in a different state, and I'm not going to say the state, but we would have people that would piss and shit themselves because the next pull was going to be that pull.
Oh, that's a thing, yeah.
Yeah. And
they shit themselves in?
Oh, yeah.
On the stool.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, on the casino floor.
They would literally sit there and fill their fucking oversized jogging pants with
piss or shit.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, it's like I've only gambled at one once, and I played that slot machine. I had like $30. I'm like, when it's gone, it's gone. I don't gamble at all. Like, so I'm sitting there. What?
You don't gamble at casinos.
What else do I gamble?
Doing 5 over on icy roads is definitely a gamble.
Doing 5 over on icy roads is called me living life on my terms and not life's terms.
It's like barebacking.
So shut up.
It's like barebacking tranny prostitutes in Brazil. You don't know.
Never done that.
But,
I was talking about this the other day,
man. It's probably more like 15 over on ice.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you're going to get AIDS or something along the lines of it.
Do you guys know what Bumble is?
Yeah.
Well, I'm learning.
You're learning, yes. So Bumble is like, for those of you that don't know, it's like Tinder. You swipe and everything, but the girls have to message you first. It's a cesspool. We'll put it that way. So I'm swiping through Bumble the other day, and I just swiped through everyone because best case scenario, maybe she's a little cute, whatever. Worst case scenario, I can pretend to be interested in her and get her to listen to my podcast. So I'm swiping through everything, and it says you've matched with somebody. Like, whatever, I just let it go. About 15 minutes later, I pull back up and I go through this girl's profile, and she is a transgender. It says transgender. Bumble tells me it says ladies message first. And I'm like, well, you like the predicament we're in here, aren't we? So I'm just going to block because I don't know. And that's the other thing, though, because in her whole bio was like, if you're not attracted to me, then you're blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm sorry. I cannot physically, psychologically, something. You guys know me. Do whatever you want to do as long as you're happy and don't hurt anybody else. I cannot be attracted to you if you have a penis or if you have ever had a penis at any point in your life. You're not entitled to me being attracted to you. I know I'm a sexy motherfucker. Like, I know a lot of people want me to be attracted to them, but I'm just not. Same way if you're 400 pounds. I'm not attracted to you. You're not 400 pounds. Shut your bitch ass up.
Also, I'm assuming you have a penis. So
you do have a penis. So you're done.
Yeah, you're out, man. It's over.
You're double disqualified.
It's over for you.
No, you're not screwed at all, and that's your problem.
She ain't a lady unless she's 280.
What?
Fucking motto. The motto of Alabama right there.
Wow.
She ain't a lady unless she's 280.
I had a friend who used to work at a fucking restaurant. Not at a restaurant. I won't say where he worked, but he told me, he's like, dude, if people came in and they were fat, I would always ask for their ID just to see how much they weighed.
Well, yeah, but that could have been 10 years ago. Because
everybody takes 20 pounds off on the license. Everybody does. So, it says 350, that's a good 380, 390.
Well, and plus you're grading on a curve because you know that if the license is 3 years old,
they gain weight.
They're putting on 30 or 40.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's not a fucking doubt, man.
I'm a fat guy. I'm not going to talk shit, but it's like, mine says it's like 225. And I'm like,
Yeah, I finally got back down to my actual driver's license weight. I was actually really proud of myself. But so I got to go eat a pizza now. But yeah, so but yeah, Freeman Bob Kraft. Ooh, did I just drop the N-word on
You
here?
did.
It was with an A, not a hard R.
If Megan Hunt, our state senator, can say the N-word and then tell a person via Twitter that it's okay, she's transracial.
What? She said that?
Oh, absolutely.
Is this the porn star?
I believe she
The
was
one that has pictures of dudes doing Hunter Moore doing coke off her ass?
I think that's what it
Elected
was.
state senator in Nebraska.
I think that's who
Google
she
it.
is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this a
I
chick
don't-
from Benson?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Your new dude, I'll give her. You know what? I'll tell you what. She's the hottest fucking state senator we have. Second, right behind Ernie Chambers. So, Ernie,
You know what?
Ernie's a
Ernie,
good-looking man.
for as
He's a
old
good-looking
as
man.
Ernie Chambers is, he still looks pretty good. Like he looks
he
like
doesn't
he's
age.
yeah, dude, he's like an impeccable like health.
That's all that hate.
It's so much
Keeps
age.
him young.
While Nick is gone, can we post that picture up on the
The Ernie Chambers. Yeah, I posted the Ernie
So-
Chambers. Didn't I make that?
I did.
Oh, okay.
So like I was like when I saw Megan Hunt was running and I saw that her opponent was like this young I think she's African American,
Yeah.
you know, this young black lady. She's a college student, and like I'm like looking at like these funds, and we all know Megan's getting money from her mommy and daddy because where does a poor college student or a poor business owner get $50,000 or something along them lines?
Right.
I can't remember what the actual numbers are. For those that don't know, her family is the Hunt family of Blair, Nebraska. Huntel Communications, Huntel Engineering.
I'm friends with one of them on Facebook. So
Great Plains Communications,
go off.
American Broadband,
Go off.
formerly Huntel Cablevision, things like that. So I mean, she comes from a good chunk of change there. You know, for a long time, his family's had a stranglehold on the small town phone and internet business. You know, monopoly.
Right.
And then all of
Well,
a
yeah,
sudden,
and she just runs her sex toy business. And
right?
does-
Is it, so she sells sex toys?
I don't know, man. That's what we're gonna go with on here. So,
like she was bitching about, and like there's this blog that was like kind of like pointing out like how her family runs. You know, she's like this little rich kid,
yeah,
and it gets taken down. It was on Medium, mind you. Medium used to be great. Now it's like you can't have anything that's like you have to be far left to even be on Medium now.
Right.
And that's sad. So this guy's like kind of calling her out, stuff like that on these things, and like there's this screen grab of her bitching about birth control and the government not paying for it, and then following post very shortly after of her complaining about not getting sunburnt in Mexico or some shit on a fucking trip. So for the yeah, dude. So like you bitching about birth control, but you can afford to go to Mexico.
yeah, that's fucking stupid. She was the one because she owns businesses out in Benson. For those of you that don't live in Omaha that are listening, that's like the hipster part of town. Pretty fun to get drunk
A little
at.
coked in.
Pretty
Yeah.
fun to get drunk in. But she would put signs like "fuck the NRA" right outside of her business, and which I'm pro-gun, so I also hate the NRA. But,
Right.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, like, that's not why would you want to isolate? I guess nobody shopping there is going to be NRA members, but
Well, no, I mean, like her parents kind of bankroll it, and I mean, I don't know that for a fact, but you'd have.
that's
to
what we're
assume.
saying on this show. Hot takes. That's what we're doing. It's going to get back to
We're
her.
calling
She's
it
gonna sue
out.
my ass off. Bring it on.
But I mean, like, I guess if you guys like, if she ever did drop a lawsuit on that, you know what I mean? Like, and she goes to court and it's like, oh,
She'd
yeah,
have to prove it, and then
yeah, oh man, like,
I think within reason you can probably.
yeah, it's just all
assume she's,
speculation.
it's being
I mean,
reckless
she
today.
criticized the president. I think didn't she criticize Trump for not
I
releasing
mean,
his tax returns? or some shit?
Probably. Why hasn't she released hers?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Well, dude, if you see like the stuff she posts on there, and I want to get off this bitch soon, but I want to get on her physically, but off of her, like on the topic. Zach's shaking his head at me.
I mean, she's hot. so.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, man.
Yeah,
She's
she's
a-
hot.
She's hot.
yeah,
Post a picture of her on the feed when we get it up, Zach. So post the cocaine
I
one.
guess she's a politician, so she's a public figure.
Post the cocaine.
Oh,
one.
that's right.
really
You-
pictures
yeah.
of a dude doing coke. out
Hunter
there.
Moore. Do you know who Hunter,
Hunter
Moore was?
Moore. Is
Do
anyone
you
else?
remember the revenge porn thing when that started?
Yeah.
He was the one that did that.
Yeah, then like she
Nice.
protested him coming to Omaha.
Yeah,
and,
it's
like, DJing a club or
It's like,
something.
well, you weren't protesting him doing coke off your ass, so I mean,
I mean,
let's be real here. But no, so anyway, back to Bob Kraft. Did you guys hear about this shit today? That this article they tried to go viral. Y'all hear about that? So I'm a big Patriots fan, right? So I searched Patriots just trying to see if there's any free agency news. I got Michael Bennett, by the way. I'm psyched. But so I see this article. It says Trump caught in selfie with owner of fucking the spa that Bob Kraft got caught or busted buying prostitutes at. And I'm like, what? So I click on it and I'm like, this is going to be huge news. He was caught, or the lady that owned the spa and sold it 6 years ago took a selfie with him. This lady wasn't arrested, wasn't indicted on anything, had nothing to do with any of the prostitution stuff that was going on, but they're going to post like this clickbait headline. And I mean, that just shows how ridiculous the media is. You come to us on Bread and Circuses, we'll give you all the facts that we think are true.
Yeah. Poorly researched facts. Hey, we're still a cut above CNN and Fox News.
That's true.
Because there's at least a shred of truth here.
We're right above them.
Yeah, just a hair. We just don't have the money yet.
they have better hair. They have better hair.
They do have better hair.
You guys speak for yourselves. I know I'm wearing a beanie right now, but my hair is excellent.
That is pretty slick. You are looking dope. So.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I got like this fucked up hair. It just goes everywhere. And like I work all day, so I can't get into a freaking barber.
Right.
Well, I'm also hunting the homeless. So
yeah,
I don't have time.
You don't have time to
hunt the homeless. See, I wouldn't try to camouflage myself as the homeless because the hunter may become the hunted.
Well, no, you bait them with like dollar menu items and
alcohol,
malt liquor.
It sounds like you're trying to catch juggalos.
Well,
hey, why can't we hunt juggalos?
Detroit.
It's true.
I grew in Detroit, so it's the same thing.
There's a lot of overlap in those.
Homeless and juggalos. Yeah,
I mean, so. I keep it fair. I use a compound bow. I'm not going to use a rifle. I don't believe in using dogs. I just want to keep it even. And I'm not above going hand to hand if we got to. I mean,
I wouldn't go hand to hand with a homeless.
I'm a little worried about getting hepatitis. I'm not going.
Yeah, I wouldn't go hand to hand. Would you be more worried about? Okay, so theoretical question: would you be more worried about catching something nasty from going hand to hand with a homeless man or barebacking Megan Hunt?
Ooh, fuck. Ooh. Well,
see, that one just
either way, it's awesome. I mean, you got the stories worth.
That's true.
And I mean, it's kind of like a murder boner. I mean,
we're going. She's a public official. She puts herself out there. Megan, if you're listening to this, I have no idea if your parents bankroll your shit. We're just talking out our asses here. So I'm not saying that your parents bankrolled your shit, but if they did, which they probably did, just getting that out there.
And I don't even know you, but
right.
If you pass legislation to allow hunting of the homeless in your area, I'll come and visit.
Well, she
the state senator, she's got one of 48 votes.
Yeah, your favorite candidate's out of the legislature now. So she's actually she's got a law that she just wrote that's like, because Nebraska is one of the few states that doesn't have it. She's got a law that she's writing. She's trying to get passed through the legislature to outlaw revenge porn. Which sucks because now I've got like 2 months to leak my ex's nudes.
Nice. Right, you got to hurry up.
I better, you know what? I'm going to put my phone out right now. We'll get on that.
Right. You know what's fucking crazy is like if somebody were to leak like a guy's nudes, he's like, yeah, put that shit out there.
Yeah.
Fucking do it.
I wouldn't. I have too many tattoos, dude. People can identify me.
That's the thing, though. Like, there's some guys out there, like, yeah. Like, they're just that confident and they're like, themselves, like
it's interesting because we're approaching a time, and I'm going to get kind of serious here. We're approaching a time period where that's not going to matter anymore because 20 years from now, every person that's running for office or is like a head of a major corporation or whatever is going to have sent something that they regret through it, anybody that's there. So it's like, oh, yeah, that state senator got her nudes leaked. Who gives a shit? Like, nobody's going to care. You know what I mean? Like,
I think they'll care more about bad tattoos.
I've got
we saw that tramp stamp.
Then you're still screwed.
See, no. His are pretty good.
Mine are well done.
No, I'm talking about the people that have the tribal back piece on their lower back.
No regrets.
Yeah, stuff like that. Or the Council Bluffs favorite, getting the Tasmanian devil tattooed on you. Because that seems to be the fucking big thing.
You're forgetting the Confederate flag.
So I think I talked about this on the last show. There used to be a fella that posted up on Veterans Memorial Highway right after you got off the bridge.
Tell me about
And he would like sit there on the tailgate of his truck with the rebel flag in one hand and then the Iowa flag in the
the
other.
Hawkeye flag or like the Iowa State flag?
Iowa State flag.
Oh my god.
And like
He knows Iowa's in the north, right?
Right,
I don't
geography.
know, bro.
Well, geography and the spelling of the word geography is not something counts.
No,
as
No, that's what queers do.
No,
Queer
right,
spell.
right.
Queers can read that.
Books are for them fags. That's right.
Pretty much, man. And I'm like, I'm not knocking on people that live in Iowa, just knocking on Council Bluffs as a whole.
Yeah, I mean, Council Bluffs.
But like, he would wear these signs around his neck sometimes, and like, be like, "It's our oil," you know, and it's,
it's
like
our
the-
oil.
it's like these like pro-war, like
Oh,
this.
God.
And mind you, this is about 2005, 2006.
Oh, okay. So right.
So
when that
like
shit
the
was
peak
cool.
of the Iraq War, this guy's like out there, and he's got his fucking Chevy 1500, fuck the Sierra Club on the bumper, and he's it's our fucking oil. South's going to rise again. I just know I'm south of something.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
Right.
exactly. You're,
Right.
you're south of North Dakota. Congratulations. Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous, man. That's
Oh man,
I mean,
Yeah.
I pictured it in my head because there used to be because my mom used to work down there. So when that was around the same time. I'm dating myself. I was like 11 at that time. So we would go down there, and there would always every Saturday there'd be this big fat guy in overalls with the Hawkeye flag, just waving it in through the air. The Iowa Hawkeye football team, and he would wave it through the air just at everyone that drove by, and he would stand like that for hours. I'm like, you don't have any, dude. I would rather stay in bed than do that on a Saturday morning.
That's
like
autism.
it's autism. Shouldn't have gotten vaccinated, man. Shouldn't have got the vaccine.
well, hey, now we don't know if fucking Twister took his home. You know,
So, like, is Asperger's?
yeah,
That's true.
Oh, meth is a hell of a drug.
Is Asperger's? Is that a new thing? That they've,
It's
like,
so
invented?
it's been around for a while, but it's like a very like mild form. Like it's like the lowest. You know what I mean? And there's like different like levels of Asperger's. So,
Because
like,
they can like communicate.
yeah, they can like
and stuff.
they're just like socially inept. But that's the same. The thing is though, like I think some of these new Asperger's diagnoses are very similar to the ADHD diagnosis of the late 80s,
yeah.
early 90s. And there might be legitimate cases out there for it. And parents are just kind of like, well, and they're reflecting back on their older kids. Like, they tried to diagnose my son with ADHD back in 1995.
Yeah.
I mean, because they were throwing that shit out left and right. And then the kids that actually have ADHD,
That's what sucks.
they get
Yeah.
kind of like, well, the mom's like, or the dad's like, no, it's a fucking scam. And they're trying to get money out of us.
Yeah.
And
Well, there's some kids that legitimately need the
absolutely.
medication,
Oh, yeah.
but
Right.
they're fucking over-diagnosing them. And there's like, dude, you think this whole opioid crisis shit is bad now? You've got an entire you don't even know how bad it's going to get. You've got an entire generation of kids that are dependent on fucking meth in a pill. Like,
hey, I'm one of those adults.
yeah, right.
That's the thing, dude. What's fucking crazy is I was like diagnosed in 95, and my mom's like, well, he's not hyper. And there's like different variants of it.
Mhm.
And people, now they're like, oh, like you should be bouncing around. Like, no, that's a common misconception. My thing is I can't fucking keep a thought,
I'm the
together
same
without
way.
it.
I'm the same way.
It's bad, but like I take my medication, like the world.
I can't
slows
keep my
down.
thoughts. Well, my thoughts problems are
It was like this. Like I think back to every time I did fucking long division in like grade school.
you just trailed off.
Oh yeah. And it's like, God, that sucked. But now that I'm taking this medication, like I just got out of a fucking trigonometry class.
Right. Yeah.
So it's funny because I flip when I'm on my anxiety medication. When I'm on, I can't focus past like 4 or 5 seconds.
Dude, I got put on.
But when I came off of it, my processing numbers at work literally doubled.
Dude, you've told me that before. I got put on anxiety meds in high school, right? Because I had super bad like hypochondria. Like my head hurts, I have a brain tumor. So they put me, it was that bad, man. I'm not kidding you.
Wow.
I
So they-
shouldn't laugh. I know that that's a real thing.
That was insane, dude. It was like, and I'll still every now and then I'll be like, wait, do I have it? Do I have Lou Gehrig's disease? Or just something stupid. But it'll go away. It'll go away really quick. It's not like, because there was like a period, it was like a week and a half. I was convinced I had ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease.
Wow.
Even though like it's only like 5,000 people a year get it. And my mom was finally like, Caleb, you're not that special. You don't have a Lou Gehrig's disease. So I'm like, okay, fair enough, Mom. Glad to know you don't think I'm special. But so they put me on anxiety meds. And speaking of Mom, just like tune out for like the next 2 minutes. So this medicine worked. It got rid of it, but it gave me one serious problem. And I started to notice it. And I'm like, wait a second, like what? And so I Googled the side effects from this medicine. And first thing that pops up, inability for males to achieve orgasms. Dude, I got so frustrated one day, called in sick from school. I go, you know what? This is going to happen. 2 hours later, my dick is like red. And I'm like, I'm done. I'm flushing these pills down the toilet. Fuck it. We're done. Okay, Mom, you can listen again.
Oh, you got wedding burns. Yeah.
Yeah,
The honeymoon burns.
It was
Oh,
bad,
buddy.
man. It was really bad. So I'm like, you know what? I'll deal with the fucking anxiety. I'm not having these side effects. This is bullshit. So yeah, that was like 4 days I took those pills. And like, I'm gonna deal with it on my own. And I did.
My wife takes
Pop your
a.
knuckles in front of the camera.
Don't tell them what to do. This is America.
This is America.
Believe in
You know, having the
freedom.
last person that told me what to do, I don't talk to her no more.
Good for you.
That's right. Well, we all have trouble keeping our thoughts. THOTS. Thoughts.
Yeah, no comment. Not gonna comment.
I think that is such a great fucking term because
Thoughts?
like oh
I
yeah
know. It's
yeah
so-
I
it's
heard
so
it a couple of years ago when I
flexible.
was working at this world-renowned child saving organization. This kid was like, man, she a thought. I'm like, what the fuck is that? So at Urban Dictionary,
Yeah.
I'm like, you can't fucking say that. And then I'm like, this is fucking great.
It's a great word.
It's a great like
It's a great word.
Oh, man.
Thoughts. It is. You know,
it is.
they're thoughts and prayers. We all need both of those things,
See,
man.
I'm old, so I missed the word hooer.
Hooer. You just gotta go
filthy
down to
hooer.
Council Bluffs and pick you up a $15 hooer.
Hooer. 15, you're shooting for like high end. Huh?
That's a high-end Council Bluffs hooker, man. They fucking. I had a Molly Tibbetts joke in there, but I'm not gonna make
Oh.
it. I don't want to go to hell that bad.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow. Zoink Scoob.
Oh my god! Hey, I told you before you came on. There's no limits on this
Holy
show besides
shit.
shit that can get us sued.
That's
I'll also kick you off if you start talking about how you're a furry or you like little kids. You can get the fuck off my show with that bullshit
fucking
too.
hate furries, man.
Hey, let's add
So
them to
weird.
people we can
I
hunt.
hated a furry.
Did you?
Look, so there are some cool people that are just like expressing themselves. Most of them are on the spectrum.
Come on, dude. Nazi
Holy
furs,
shit.
Nazi furries. That's a thing.
Why don't we hunt furries too?
Yeah,
Why
Nazi
don't-
real
furries.
thing.
Why don't
Nazi
we add
furs, yeah.
furries to the group of things we're gonna hunt? They want to be animals,
Juggalos.
right?
right.
Yeah.
Juggalos,
Furries.
homeless people, furries. Old people just get turned into fossil fuel. So
So basically,
really weeding out
anybody
the
donate
surplus.
plasma.
yeah, pretty much. Anybody donating plasma.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Oh.
Dude,
For money, obviously, not for friendship.
Fuck.
so here, you want me to call out a public organization? I was in high school. I had to do this community service thing for the Red Cross, right? And they were like, yeah, so they're going through the questionnaire or whatever. They're like, have you gotten a tattoo in the last 6 months? I'm like, yeah, it was like 2 months ago. And they're like, well, where did you get it from? And I'm like, shop. Didn't verify what shop, nothing. For all they know, I could have gotten some guy's basement. And they were like, close enough. So here, just take your hepatitis C and potentially hepatitis C infested blood, and we'll just give it to whoever the fuck we want to.
They test the blood.
They
That was
do test
one-
the blood.
Shut up. No, they don't.
Yeah.
No, they don't.
No.
Why do you think they take those
Dude,
vials?
dude,
off the vials?
I knew a guy. Okay, I knew a fucking guy in high school. He used to donate blood all the time, right? Somebody thought it would be funny to prank call him and say they were from the Red
Oh,
Cross
God.
and his blood was HIV positive.
That's
Dude, no, that
No,
happened.
that's fucked
That
up.
happened to a fucking friend of mine.
What was his name?
I think it was Emilio. One of my
No,
buddies,
it wasn't
Emilio.
that, no.
So he gets was it fucking? Oh my god, it's gonna come to me later. Anyways, he gets a letter in the mail, and
That's
this,
taking the prank to a new
Yeah.
level.
yeah, and then like
Oh,
they sent another one like shortly like along with that one that he opened, and it was like, just kidding, you dumb fuck. You
Oh
don't have
my
AIDS.
god!
But I mean, like, it
shit.
looked so fucking official. Like,
Oh shit!
Dustin, that was his name.
You ever get like those fucking those things online when you're illegally downloading music, watching porn? It like pulls up and it says to the FBI,
Oh yeah.
and they're like,
And if you don't download
you don't
this
pay
app right
$500 or whatever. So I knew this old lady that I used to work with, and we're talking about those things. And like, there's only one place you get those from, right? It's from porn sites. Like, those are the only place those come from.
You know, it's fucked up. You would think that, like,
Oh, maybe like torrent sites, but for the most part, it's porn sites. So this old lady, we're talking about it, and this old lady's like, yeah, my husband got one of those, and he actually went and got the money. I'm like, then your husband was on some shit he should not have been on.
dude, so I got this. I was part of like this fucking data breach or whatever. Like this fucking. There's like 3 passwords I don't fucking remember, and I did remember one. One of them was for this fucking Tumblr account that I had for trolling,
Right.
and it sent me this like, this chain letter sort of thing, and they always started off with this old password. I'm like, I ain't been on this shit in like years, so yeah. But it's like, send us $850 in Bitcoin, blah, 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 or we're going to release your browsing history and your front-facing camera photos along with the porn you were watching, and then in parentheses, like, good taste, by the way. I'm like, yeah, dude. Yeah, Piper Perry's fucking hot.
Piper Perry. She is pretty hot. I'm not going to lie. No, we're not going to go into our favorite porn stars.
So, like, and like, the thing is that they spoof your email.
Mine's Megan Hunt.
So it looks like it's coming from your own inbox, and finally, like, this guy like fucks up somehow. Whoever's like trying to get this money out of me fucks up and like actually uses his real email address. So I decided to respond to him with Goatsy. And if you don't know what Goatsy
What is that? That's not is that the old men giving each other head?
No, that's Lemon Party.
Oh God.
What's Goatsy?
Goatsy is a man bent over stretching his asshole.
Oh God. Oh, I know.
Zach, pull that up and put it on the. Yep.
So I keep like sending him Goatsy till finally like he blocks me.
I had this girl that was obsessed with me in high school, and she was really she was nasty looking. So I sold her number to teleworkers.
Nice.
Oh,
nice.
Hey, I never said I was a nice guy.
Bad karma right there, my friend.
Oh,
Bad
yeah.
karma.
You want to have the problems I do now and get all these fucking psychos. But
fuck, stop trolling.
I used to go through with someone leave their laptop open and set their homepage to beatspin.com.
oh god, well when we were in high school, if somebody would leave their computer open, we would go in and we'd go on Google and we'd Google like how to make bombs and shit, just to get them in trouble with the principal.
Oh,
I just love when I hear you guys' high school computer story, because when I was in high school, there was one spot in the whole fucking school where they had 20 computers.
With dial-up internet, baby.
It was in the early 90s.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. So like you're like, yeah, they were on the laptop, and I'm like, those weren't even fucking real in 92.
Well, dude, my brother's in high school, and they all the whole school got free laptops.
Yeah.
Like,
you got
fuck
West
you.
Side or?
No, Millard
Those
South.
were taxpayer funded.
Yeah.
Exactly. That pisses me off. I see I'm paying $500 to plate my goddamn Kia, and it's going to some punk ass kid's laptop that's probably going to spill fucking jungle juice on it while they're having a party. I've been 16. I know how that shit works. You get all the cheap ass bottom shelf Everclear that your shitbag older brother will find. I know how that stuff works.
I made a webpage in high school about hating this girl named Kate.
You made one?
Yeah.
Oh.
It was
Wow, fucking
IHateKate.net. And so I made this webpage about her, and she goes to the principal. And
yeah, I would too.
I'm like in the middle of this class. So I get online and I take the webpage down before like I put it under construction sign up, basically.
Yeah, right.
And the
If
principal.
you're wondering, no one has that domain name, so if you want to take that back.
IHateKate.net.
Hey, that is our new website.
That could be a whole movement for people that just don't get along with
Fuck
Kate.
Kate.
So there's a band called
Kate actually cuts my hair.
IHateKate.com. There's a band called I Hate Kate out there. They're actually kind of cool. They're a decent band. And like the principal kept going to IHateKate.com, and it's like, I don't know what you're talking about, Kate. It's a band's website. I think he's just pulling your leg. Little did you know, you just didn't put .net.
Why did you hate her? What did you post on there?
Just I don't know. It was like a forum basically, just talking about how much you hate
shit on Kate.
So like this Kate chick had like this lazy eye. I mean, she's a good looking chick, but she was like,
lazy eye and good looking.
Oh,
Wait a minute,
dude.
Yeah, man, you don't got to look her in the eye when you're fucking her. That's the best part.
Yeah, no,
right.
she was really attractive, like a really attractive mixed girl, you know, and like
those are two things that don't go in it. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow. Alabama is that way. I shouldn't rip on Alabama. Yeah, I'm gonna rip on Alabama.
I dated a mixed girl in high school. They're pretty hot.
So Kate, I mean, but Kate was just like a fucking bitch to some of my friends. Like, you know, these. So it's like one of those things, like the group think that we all get involved in sometimes. Well, you're fucking with my friends, I'm gonna fuck with you, you know. So I took it a step further. Like I had like 200 members, and people just like ripping on Kate.
Fuck Kate.
So it's like this like domain that like my grandparents are funding at the time because I don't have a fucking credit card.
Wow. Oh my God. Your grandparents paid to slander this like 16-year-old girl. Oh my God.
Like, Grandma, I need to get a domain name. Can I use your credit card?
Here you
Check
go, sweet.
And like my grandma, you know, is a tech savvy lady. Like, you're not gonna do anything bad, are you?
Dude, my fucking Facebook was
Oh yeah. Yeah. And like I get into the principal's office and like I'm getting like questioned. I was like, look, shouldn't you be more impressed that I built a website? And I am a solid fucking D student at this point in life. Like my English teacher told me to consider dropping out because I gave no fucks about what she had to say.
Oh my God.
Still graduated, by the way. Still fucking graduated.
Dude, so Facebook was like just a thing when I was in high school, right? It was just like my freshman year in high school was just becoming a thing. I had these friends. We had this kid we didn't like, and we really fucking hated his dad. He like coached us in basketball and shit. So they made these guys. I had nothing to do with this for the record. So fuck anyone who says anything else. They went above and beyond. They created an identical Facebook page of this kid's dad. Added his family, added his friends, even added his kids. Same name. Well, no, the guy's name was Mike. He went by Mike, and they made the profile Michael.
Oh, fuck.
They posted like his status. It was like, hey, everyone, new page, blah, blah, blah. And like everything was the exact same. Political views, religious views, everything.
Wow.
One thing they changed, hobbies, having sex with little boys.
Nice.
They all got suspended from school.
Should use the VPN.
They had to like post these apologies. We're like, we didn't mean to post the Michael blah blah blah. It was in poor taste. I'm laughing my ass off. I was like, you guys, this is the funniest shit I've seen all year.
But that's the thing. Like VPNs were a thing when I was like in high school.
We were all idiots, man.
I
We
know.
couldn't figure that shit
I
out.
set up a server at home to basically a circumventer.
Yeah.
So I would connect to my home computer and fucking essentially just browse the internet like I was going from home. VPN, man, proxy.
You were telling me a story about how you broke some kid's arm in basketball.
Oh, yes. Yes. And if by some freak chance you're out there, Ted, I'm sorry. So when I was competitive, I guess would be the way to put it.
This was 8th grade.
Yeah. And so Ted jumped the lane. I didn't know Ted at the time. He was just a kid from the other crosstown school. And he was like, 34 seconds left, something like that. And one of the kids on the team went to pass it. And he was working the ball around. And he did a terrible job. And the kid picked it. And he had just a wide open layup. He was just on the break. And I mustered everything I had. And I hit him. And I hit him in his junior high. And this is suburban Detroit, but in a shitty suburb, not a good one.
Yeah.
And so there was no room between the basket, really, and the brick wall. And so I hit him, and the two of us went flying in. And yeah, there was a lot of blood and a little bit of yelling and screaming and a weird arm position that I'd never seen before, a little bit of dangle. I didn't even notice the busted nose because I was like, whoa. I'm like, arms don't do that, do they?
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
And so later on, after I bloodied him up pretty good, and they had to have somebody else shoot the free throws, and we were up by one, and dude missed them both.
Yeah.
So I was like, junior high hero of the week for literally like a week. And later on, we were talking, and he was a pretty good pitcher.
Oh shit!
Yeah, and
You ruined it.
well, no, but I
Was it like rookie of the year where he's like throwing like 100 mile per hour
I caused him problems for like 2 years, and yeah, so I'm real sorry about that. I apologize.
Hey, no, there is no free pass through the lane.
That's
right.
true.
That's the thing.
You earn that shit from the line, or you don't get it.
Like I told him, I'm older and I grew up in Detroit. We don't give up bunny layups.
No,
you earn that shit.
Absolutely not.
You bring it into paint, you're gonna get hurt.
Dude, people take the basketball. We played in our city league, a rec league through the city, right? And this is 2 years ago. My 18-year-old, he was like 16 at the time. He wasn't even supposed to be on the fucking team, right? You got to be out of high school. My brother's 16. He's playing with us. We are beating this team by 30 plus points. We're killing these guys. There's this dude covering him, scrawny little fucker. He's probably 29, 30-ish. And my brother is under this kid's skin, right? My brother's got 20 points on this guy, just owning him, breaking his ankles at the three-point line, hitting threes in his face, just owning this kid. And this kid gets pissed. So my brother doesn't score on a layup, and the guy starts talking shit to him. So Josh, my brother, he runs up and puts his arm around this guy and like points at the scoreboard. I'm like, oh God, Josh, you're under his skin now. So end of the game, we're up by 27 with about 15 seconds left. Josh gets a rebound, decides he's going to score on this guy one more time. So instead of just running the clock out, he guns it down court. And I'm sitting on the bench. I got my shoes kicked off. I'm like, it's garbage time. I don't even want to go back in the game. This guy waits for him. He slows down, sticks his leg out, and trips him. And this is my 16-year-old brother. There's like 3 people and my dog on this planet that I will kill someone and go to jail for, and he's one of them. So this is my 16-year-old brother. This guy sticks his leg out on a full-speed, fast-break layup, trips him, and tries to knock him into the wall. And I calmly stand up, and I somehow got ejected from the game for this. So I calmly stand up and say, that's it. Now I'm going to put your ass in a coma. And the ref took all of us and made us leave the vicinity. We had to leave. I'm like, okay, I'm going to kick his ass in the parking lot now. You're not going to do anything. I was heated. It takes a lot to get me mad like that. I was fucking furious. Like, that's punk shit, man.
You're a loose cannon.
Me?
Yeah, you're a loose cannon.
Should we get the real loose cannon over here?
Shit.
You want to come over here and talk about your loose cannon?
I don't think it's a good idea.
Let's do it.
Don't do anything that I don't want to. Well, it's a live. It's actually live, so it wouldn't be.
We're not live.
Committing.
We're live
Okay.
in the sense that no one's watching,
No one cares.
and
No
I'm
one.
going to edit later. I'm
Yeah,
not going to
okay.
edit this part. I'm going to tell everyone the secret.
Yeah.
So they can find that dummy Facebook page.
Yeah, that's right. Good luck. It's pretty specific. I don't think they ever will. But yeah, if you guys didn't know, my producer Zach, he is a loose cannon, or so we have been told. He had to leave. If you guys didn't know, I'm going to get this shit out right now because I got a little bit of time. My windbag co-host isn't here. No, I'm just kidding, Nick. I fucking love you. I fucking love you, Nick. But so I had, if you guys know, I got my start in media, and I'm so thankful for this. With the Roads to Freedom Foundation, I was making videos for them as a political group. I kind of decided a while ago I didn't want to be full on political. I like to do shit like this, where it's kind of laid back and we get to, just talk. We talk about politics, sports, whatever. So I was making videos for them. All of it went great. Then there was a falling out. So I'm no longer making videos with them anymore, just so you guys know. So there haven't been videos made in since the beginning of the year, right? Very thankful for the opportunity. I respect everybody involved. But yeah, Zach had to leave because he was a loose cannon. And since there was a witch hunt on loose cannons, I figured I would see myself out. Because if Zach's a loose cannon, I am a loose nuke. So Zach made a comment in a private Facebook group. Are you okay with me saying this? Okay. Zach made a comment in a private Facebook group that 2 people could see, and he was a loose cannon. I pulled an AR-15 out on a live stream and taunted my trolls. So, like I said, I saw myself out the door while the writing was still on the wall. So that's where I went. So if you're wondering.
Can I just say?
Yeah.
Fuck Nick Sarwark.
Fuck Nick Sarwark. You guys know who Nick Sarwark is?
I don't know who that is.
Chairman of the Libertarian Party. We had the guy who ran against him. The guy who ran against him was on our
Social
show.
justice warrior cuck that you'll
Yeah.
ever meet.
Really? Really?
Yeah. He's
the reason the LP is trying so hard to suck the leftist dick right now
is he the guy that has like those like Satan tattoos, or is that somebody else? There's some like edgelord,
like a literally a lawyer and a used car salesman.
No, yeah, he like owns used car dealerships and he's a lawyer. He's double sleazy.
Oh,
like
fuck.
It's dude.
Nick,
you want to come on the show? Come on down, Nick. I'd love to video with you. No, maybe I don't think my Nick would want to be in. So Nick, my co-host, does not want to troll people on the show. I don't like to troll people on the show either. I'm a professional. If you're going to come as a guest on our show, we're going to treat you with respect.
I will not set that episode.
I will fucking grill you if you want to come one-on-one. We will do our own live cast and I will go in. That's all I'm saying.
Oh man.
Wow. You have thrown it out. The challenge.
Bring it on, Sarwark.
Man, you know what's fucking crazy? But I guess while we're on the topic of the LP here, like there are some definite like fucking polarities in this like
In the Libertarian
oh
Party.
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Holy fuck! All these different caucuses. Like we have like I saw somebody started one the other day.
The pineapple pizza.
No, the neo-fascist libertarian.
That is a joke.
I fucking hope so. Jesus Christ.
That person was making fun of the Socialist Caucus.
Okay. Yeah, Libertarian
which-
Socialist, kind of an oxymoron.
What?
Yeah, but
a
you know-
libertarian socialist.
Yeah, that's
So
a thing.
Technically not an oxymoron because the word libertarian originated in Europe and it did describe socialists. We stole their word.
Just like we did with football, and we made it better. So that's what we
did.
do in America.
We did. We used 2 O's instead of a U.
That's right, damn it. We made it
Fuck,
better.
man. Either way, dude, it's fucking crazy because like I'm like reading these posts and you have all these like people that like yeah, you're kind of a nationalist and you're kind of going against the free market there if that's what you're getting at. Then you got these other people, they want the government to control everything.
Well, and then you have Bill Weld.
I like Bill Weld. And
Bill Weld's a Republican now. He's running against Trump.
Fuck, are you
Look,
serious?
he's still a lifetime libertarian.
Fuck
Like,
up.
he has
He's
his membership. He's going to troll
Shit.
Trump and he's going to come back.
He's not going to troll Trump. Trump's not even going to debate him.
Right. It's gonna,
Why would he
it's not gonna be
debate
a
him?
successful troll.
No.
Let the man finish.
This is why I like Bill Weld, and I've explained to people on numerous forums why I like Bill Weld because he is like your first cigarette. He's usually something smooth and easy to smoke. I used to be a smoker. I know this, and we all smoked something that would be considered a bitch cigarette. And Bill Weld is that bitch cigarette.
Yeah.
He is well known. He is.
I don't know if I'd call him well known.
He's got a
I think
name
he
though.
is.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
And really, like the point I'm trying to make is Bill Weld has the potential to win elections for the LP. Maybe not at the presidential level, but maybe at the state or federal, like the Senate level, things like that. And why I like him is because he does have some libertarian values. Look at Gary Johnson.
Right.
They're great. They're like fucking libertarian training wheels. You don't seriously, they are, and you don't start people off like going full tilt.
Then you go into Vora. You know who that? You guys ever heard of him? Arvin Vora. So he was.
Oh God!
We mentioned Arvin.
They don't watch your show because
We mentioned Arvin once. So Arvin was I actually got to interview Arvin at the Unconvention from Roads to Freedom. Once again, very happy for that opportunity. Arvin. He was the vice president or vice chair. I don't fucking know. Whatever. We're so far deep into shit talking right now. We're just bashing everybody. Arvin, and this is public record. He said, what did he say? That veterans were terrorists?
Veterans were murderers.
Murderers. He said that he said school shootings are not cool, but school board shootings are. And then he said my favorite was he argued against age of consent laws, using the argument that if a 14-year-old girl got pregnant, or it's better that a 14-year-old girl get pregnant by a 40-year-old man that can take care of the kid than a 14-year-old kid who can't.
I'm sorry, who's this guy?
Arvin Vora.
What the fuck?
Dude, I'll get him on the show.
Dude.
We'll talk to him about it.
Yeah, I want to talk to him about jail and what happens.
What happens to child molesters?
What happens?
The worst part, though. The worst part. So he's in this Facebook group, right? And somebody asks him on Facebook, they're like, so we get it, bro. You're super fucking pure, Mr. Purist, whatever. Answer the question. Would you Arvin Vora, and there's screenshots of this. I'm not slandering. This actually happened.
Confirm.
I can prove it. In fact, post it
I'll
on the
find it.
video.
I'll try.
So they say, would you, Arvin Vora, have sex with a 14-year-old girl if she consented?
Whoa.
His answer was probably not. So there's still a chance.
So you're saying
I mean,
Probably
How
not.
developed are the titties? That's like his question there. Well, I don't. Is Arvin an ass man or a titty man? Which ass man?
Is he
all I know
like,
is that dude has some major DSLs.
What do you mean?
dude?
Oh,
Have you seen
dick
his
sucking
lips?
Oh, he's
Dick
like
sucking
Jay-Z
lips.
lips. Jay-Z lips.
jeez.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude. So is he like trying to be like a fucking edgelord? Is that his thing? Is like
No,
he's
that's
like
definitely his thing. Yeah, he's an
like
edgelord.
did he come off fucking 4chan or some shit or?
So they, like, if we go policy by policy, I agree with basically everything he says.
Just not the kid fucking.
How do I say that? God, because that's not a black and white issue to me. Like,
Well, I can
Because
see if
there's
you're
a-
19 and your girlfriend's 17
Right,
and you have
that's-
sex,
that's
I think
what
that's
I-
a little different.
Right.
But
That's
40
right.
and 14, like he was
Yeah.
arguing,
conversation we
if
wanna
that's what he
have.
wants to say, then that's fine because I agree with it. Not the hill I'm going to die on. If I'm running for office, I'm not going to go, yeah, you should be able to fuck 17-year-olds. But- sorry.
Fuck, man.
But like 40 and 14 is the argument you use. That's not the right way to go about it. Like that's just not.
his whole thing is shock and awe because
Yeah.
there's a couple libertarians that'll claim, well, I got shocked into the movement. Like someone really made me have to stop and think about it. Okay, well, you're like the 2% of the party that got radicalized overnight. Good
And
job.
then you
It doesn't
have
happen.
so you have the problem though is like if libertarians could find somebody that that had like libertarian ideas, but they like knew how to talk, which a lot of them don't, and they looked somewhat charismatic. A lot of the candidates don't. A lot of them are fucking freaks. Basically, they need me to run because I'm good looking and I'm a fucking great talker.
Everyone, go support Berman 2020.
We are not plugging your guy. No, I'm just kidding.
Like,
No, but I'm never going to run for office because I have a lot of skeletons that'll get
Dude,
dug out of
we
my
already talked
closet.
About this. Within 10 years, your skeletons won't
yeah, same here.
This episode will single-handedly crush anything. Because
You know
I-
what?
Joe Rogan
You know
becomes
what?
president,
Hey,
it'll be okay for you to run.
hey! If Megan Hunt becomes a state senator of Nebraska,
She's going to be my running mate, man. I'm going to go
You know,
bipartisan
so
ticket.
Megan Hunt. This is what I don't get. She went to
Back to
Dana-
Megan Hunt.
No.
I
Yeah,
love
no.
it when it
It
comes
ties
full
in.
circle.
So at one point in time, she said that she was a Democrat with a little bit of libertarian. She was a college Republican, mind
Was
you.
she?
Yeah, she went to Dana.
Well, yeah, she's just like Hillary then.
Yeah.
Rich family and college Republican.
hmm
And then
Then
turns into
flips,
fucking
yeah.
full-blown
So I mean, yeah, she could
left-wing
potentially
nut job.
be your running mate.
I'll run all over her.
Oh man, I don't want to bring it down and talk about some bummer shit. But
Oh
I'm
yeah,
gonna talk
you
about
gotta
some
plug your
bummer
shit. Man. You
Yeah.
gotta plug your shit.
Yeah. So this is not necessarily for me. None of the views that I've expressed earlier have anything to do with this woman that my
Yes, they do. They endorse everything. No, I'm just kidding.
no,
I just wanted to make it
They're
more light.
just seriously. There's some good people going through some really hard times, and it ties into so much more going on in our society. So my wife works with a woman, Janet, I believe, and Janet has a daughter. Now, recently their house was set on fire in God, what was it? The night of that Snowmageddon,
Okay.
the
yeah.
Friday night. So the house gets set on fire by her soon-to-be ex-husband. And this is what
Did he do it on purpose?
he did do it on purpose. And earlier he was there making threats and bashed the daughter's head into the set. This is all on KETV News. There is a GoFundMe page for it, which I'm hoping these guys will link.
will.
The police were there prior. Her daughter is 18, mind you. So technically an adult, but in Nebraska, you're not an adult. The age of majority is 19.
Right.
Gets her head bashed into a step in the house. And they did not arrest this guy. The police did not arrest him. I don't know what the reasoning is. I'm not going to fucking armchair quarterback, but
All cops are terrorists. That's what you're saying.
no, I don't. That's the thing, man. I don't know what these guys, what happened, what the fuck happened, whether it was end of shift or whatever. Yeah, that's a thing for some guys. They get to end of shift, they just stop caring.
Oh God.
They don't want to do the paperwork. They want to go home, and I get it.
Jesus.
It sucks, but do your due diligence. So I'm not going to bash the cops in this, but the city of Omaha failed. Not only that, months prior, they tried to get a protection order.
Gene
against-
Stothert failed.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
dumb.
No, but I mean, seriously though, like they tried to get a protection order, and it got dismissed. Didn't even get reviewed, so they dismissed it without even going to trial, which isn't right. And the judge is a woman, mind you, that dismissed it. So
That's why women shouldn't be in positions of power.
Will you stop and let him do his story?
I don't necessarily believe that, but I do plan to fucking rally against this judge. I don't even know this woman, but the whole story pisses me off. The fact that her ex-husband's a felon prior to this and nothing happened, that this woman got failed twice.
Bullshit.
The kid got failed. The kid had burns on her ankles. Thank God the fucking dad's in custody. Fuck him. But this poor woman has 60% burns all over her body. She is in a medically induced coma. The house, I don't know. I haven't seen any photos of the house. I do know from what my wife has told me is that the city is trying to get on them about cleaning up the debris and doing something with the house. People work, people have jobs. Even the family members have a life other than this, and it's sad to say, but where the fuck is the compassion? You know what I mean? Where is this is some bad shit.
Right.
You know? So not only are these people going to have to find a new house and, find new furnishings, things like that, they're going to have to start over.
Right.
And we're not even going to get
injuries and all
injuries, medical
all that
bills,
shit.
trauma.
Yeah.
And
Jesus.
yeah, it's fucked up, and there's people out there that want to. This is why I think it ties so much into the Libertarian Party and certain other political parties. The right to self-defense.
Right.
I'm not gonna use this to plug guns or anything like that, but there has to be something. You have to be able to defend yourself, consequence free.
Right.
Something. There
Right.
has to be something, because a protection order is only a piece of paper.
Right.
And this is one of those
That's
things.
a paper trail for when you shoot them.
Right,
Yeah.
absolutely. So is a restraining order, things
Right.
like that. But it's not going to stop that person from getting physically violent with you. This is one of those things where the right to self-defense, like that is a human right. That should be. The right to self-preservation should be somewhere in our Constitution for the state of Nebraska.
It's not. There's a right to bear arms.
Right to bear arms,
but not a right to self-defense.
Right. So Nebraska has no castle doctrine. They have no stand your ground law. Something like that needs to happen. They want to talk about, and mind you, this was all done without the use of a firearm. This guy attacked this woman.
Imagine if she did have a gun. That's the equalizer.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
Really. I mean, it's like
my wife's like, she's a petite lady.
Yeah.
This guy's a big guy for the most part.
Right.
Well,
that all changes everything though. But and we'll plug that GoFundMe on the page. I'll donate some of my money to it. But yeah, I mean, that's fucking crazy, man.
Yeah, dude.
Nebraska, actually, it's kind of hard to get a hold of a gun in Nebraska.
It is.
It's not
people.
Because you guys in Iowa, you can pretty much do whatever you want, right?
Wide open, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's like I can go to Iowa and leave with a gun in like 10 minutes. I have to go through a bunch of bullshit in Nebraska.
Now, if you're a CCW holder in Nebraska, you pretty much just go in and buy it, but you're paying like anywhere between $100 and $200 to take a class.
And if the ATF's listening, all my guns got lost in a boating accident. But I don't have any.
You're gonna hand over your guns when the ATF has your dog at gunpoint?
Fuck. Okay, we've already talked about the dog thing. We've talked about the dog thing multiple times in the show. Somebody shoots my dog, one of us leaves in a body bag.
Well, you get your dog's Kevlar.
Yes, protect him from the ATF.
Right.
What if you get the dog a cannon for its back?
My dog's too fat, man. She doesn't even fucking stand up.
I've got one dog big enough that you could hook some kind of.
like a cannon.
Well, like I'm just saying, like
How would you shoot it though?
I could mount a fucking minigun on Neo.
Dude, you could. That dog doesn't need a gun though. He's scary enough. The ATF would run from him.
Is it because he's black?
Hey, I have 2 black dogs. Black dogs matter, okay?
I have an overweight black cat.
All dogs matter.
All
man.
dogs matter.
All dogs
damn it.
matter.
Not in the eyes of the ATF, though. I'll tell you right now.
Did you guys see that video where that cop shot that little ankle biter dog?
Yes.
Because he had this guy was like, what was the story? It was the guy's neighbor, and shoots the neighbor's dog.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. we gotta wrap this shit up in a minute here, though, guys. Zach's bitching out on us.
Work. I gotta be.
Oh, you got. I didn't know you had to work. I'm sorry.
gotta work.
Anyway, I gotta plug one more thing. We did the GoFundMe. Definitely donate to their GoFundMe. We'll post that. We'll post this one as well. My friend Julian needs to get a new wheelchair. It's a long story. He needs a custom one. He's gonna start a GoFundMe up for that. We're gonna plug that on here as well. I'll probably mention it in a couple other shows. Make sure you go out and donate just whatever you got. I mean, I know we're not affiliated with any party or ideology. I know a lot of you out there are more like free market leaning though. And this is how we help people. We don't want to fucking pay taxes to do it. We got to voluntarily do it. Right. So just go out there and donate. You guys have any closing statements? You don't want to bash anybody else?
Let me
Who have we
think.
not bashed?
I got to be very careful where I do my bashing.
You're a
right
special
now.
circumstance.
I
Yes,
still fucking
yes.
hate you, Kate.
Fucking Kate. Hey, okay.
Kate, I don't know you. You might be a nice lady, but everything I'm hearing just kind of
The lady, dude, it's probably the same lady. The lady that cuts my amazing hair, her name is Kate. Shouts out to Kate at Root Salon. Y'all should go see her. But stop bashing Kate, man.
I'm starting the website back up. It's happening.
IHateKate.net. That's our final plug. Big Bill Media, Raptor Den Studios. This is Brett and motherfucking Circuses. Thank you guys so much. Ricky Hernandez, Sean Cowser.
Yeet.
Peace.
Can I say yeet? Yeet.
Yeet.